Good morning, dear students. Today's our class is mainly based on the anti-leprotics categories of drugs. Okay, these are our today's learning objectives. First, we discussed about the different types of leprosy and was the history of leprosy and classification of anti-leprotic drugs, their therapeutic uses, adverse reactions, contraindications, and then we discuss about this multi-drug therapy for leprosy according to WHO 1981 and what are the need for the newer drugs. We summarize our class with the need of newer drugs. Okay, we will discuss one by one. Before going our class, we just discussed one case. A 45-year-old male had multiple hypoestic, mildly erythematous, large plaques with elevated margins on trunks and extremities. His ulnar and lateral popliteal nerves on both sides were enlarged. The most probable diagnosis is lepromatous borderline or borderline tubercular leprosy or borderline lepromatous leprosy. Today we discussed about the treatment options for different types of leprosy. So in this case, these symptoms are showing this borderline lepromatous leprosy. Okay, we will discuss the different treatment options for different types of leprosy. Leprosy is a serious health problems in the developing countries like India. What's the main cause of leprosy? This is the Mycobacterium leprae. This usually these are affecting the skin and the peripheral nerves. This leprosy bacillus was discovered by Hansen in 1873, almost 12 years before the discovery of tubercle bacillus. So firstly, this Collimoger oil was used as an anti-leprotic agent in Indian medicine for centuries. In 1949, Corin Intal firstly administered the parenteral dapsone administered, and 1949 Lowy and Smith is also used dapsone orally. In 1981, WHO introduced multi-drug therapy of leprosy. These are leprosy control programs. This help to control the leprosy. This the National Leprosy Control Program was started in 1955, and this later these are renamed as this National Leprosy Eradication Program. This mainly focusing on the treatment of leprosy. That's mainly focusing on the multi-drug treatment regimens for the treatment of leprosy by WHO in 1982. These are the different types of leprosy: lepromatous leprosy, tuberculoid, borderline lepromatous, borderline tuberculoid leprosy, and intermediate. These are the main different types of leprosy. So it's mainly on this tuberculoid and lepromatous leprosy types. In this mainly this lepromatous leprosy, this the cell mediated immunity is absent in that case, and here this the disease progresses very rapidly, and this shows the extensive bilateral skin lesions, contains numerous leprae bacilli. When in case of tuberculoid leprosy, the cell mediated immunity, that is in normal one, and is characterized by predominant peripheral nerve involvement with single or few skin lesions. Bacilli are seen rarely in case of tuberculoid leprosy. According to WHO, this paucibacillary leprosy, that is the non-infectious case, usually this the tuberculoid, borderline tuberculoid leprosy with 2 to 5 skin lesions. And in case of multibacillary leprosy, that is the infectious, in this category this includes the lepromatous leprosy and borderline leprosy. Here this is seen the more than 6 skin lesions. Next we move to the anti-leprotics categories of drugs. There are the different classes of anti-leprotic drugs. First category, sulfone derivatives, dapsone is diamino diphenyl sulfone. phenazine derivative, that's the clofazimine, and some of these anti-tubercular drugs shows the anti-leprotic actions like this rifampicin, etinamide, and some of these antimicrobials like ofloxacin, moxifloxacin, minocycline, and clarithromycin. These are also shows the anti-leprotic action. Okay, these are some important drugs that shows the leprostatic and leprocidal actions. Mostly this rifampicin and this fluoroquinolone antibiotics like ofloxacin, moxifloxacin, and sporfloxacin. These shows the leprocidal action. And the sulfone derivatives like dapsone, phenazine derivative clofazimine, anti-tubercular drug is etinamide, antibiotics is the minocycline, this is the tetracycline derivative, and clarithromycin is the macrolide antibiotics. This all these shows the leprostatic action. Okay. First category sulfone derivatives dapsone. That's a diamino diphenyl sulfone. That's the dapsone. This shows the leprostatic action. Chemically, this drug is related to sulfonamide. So, its mechanism of action is similar to sulfonamide. In lepromatous leprosy, this resistance usually develops. So, this dapsone is usually administered with other anti-leprotics like rifampicin and clofazimine in initial therapy. It is also used with pyrimethamine in chloroquine-resistant malaria. So, what's the mechanism of action of this dapsone? This action is similar to sulfonamide, that is the inhibition of FABA. So, this results the incorporation in folic acid. This results the inhibition of folate synthesis. Folate synthesis is essential for the bacterial cell wall synthesis. So, this mainly inhibits the folate synthesis. So, this shows the leprostatic action. Usually this orally administered. When this orally administered, this is the completely absorbed and is concentrated in lepromatous skin, liver, kidney and muscles. Usually this metabolized by acetylation process and this undergoes enterohepatic circulation. This excreted in urine as gluconic acid and sulfate conjugates. What are the main indications of dapsone in case of multibacillary leprosy? Dapsone 100 mg once a day is used together with rifampicin and clofazimine. In case of paucibacillary leprosy, dapsone 100 mg per day is used with rifampicin. Sulfoxone sodium may be used as an alternative to dapsone, but is not able to tolerate the drug due to its gastric side effects. Usual dosage is 300 to 30 mg per day. These are some other uses of dapsone in case of falciparum malaria. This added with chloroprogenil. Dapsone is used for prophylaxis and treatment of chloroquine resistance falciparum malaria, and is also used in pneumocystis pneumonia. Is used for this condition which is common in AIDS patients. In case of toxoplasmosis, dapsone is combined with cotrimoxazole or pyrimethamine and folinic acid. This dapsone is also useful in some of these dermatological disorders. Usually it is topically administered in the concentration 5% concentration. Usually the sulfone syndromes occurs in patients of multibacillary leprosy with the treatment with dapsone. Usually the sulfone syndrome develops in malnourished patients in 1 to 2 months after starting the treatment with dapsone. These are the presenting symptoms: fever, malaise, exploited dermatitis, jaundice, anemia, methylglobin. These are some common adverse reactions of dapsone: hemolysis, nausea, vomiting, anorexia, headache. Methylgomia, this drug fever, allergic reactions, rarely hepatitis and agangliocytosis. These are some CNS effects like insomnia, paresthesias, nervousness, peripheral neuropathy, psychosis, blurring of vision, headache. What are the main contraindications of dapsone? This should not be used in patients with severe anemia, G6PD deficiency, hypersensitivity reactions. These are the main contraindications. Next category antileprotic is phenazine derivatives clofazimine. Clofazimine is a phenazine dye. This is an orange reddish color dye. This used as an alternative to dapsone in dapsone intolerance or resistant cases. Usually this clofazimine is combined with dapsone and rifampicin in multi-drug treatment of leprosy. The main mechanism of this drug is this interfere with the template functions of DNA. Is also administered orally. Is oral administration is slow and is absorbed stored widely in reticuloendothelial systems and fatty tissues. And this drug shows the long elimination half-life, and this drug shows the additional anti-inflammatory property. Because of this anti-inflammatory property, this clofazimine usage is valuable in case of lepra reactions. These are some other uses of clofazimine in case of uracil ulcers, that is a chronic skin ulcers, usually administered 100 mg per day for leprosy, and avium complex, this mainly used as 200 mg per day. These are the most common adverse reactions of clofazimine. Most noted one is discoloration of skin, red brown to black. This is a clofazimine is a dye, so this causes the discoloration of skin. Skin lesions usually persist for months after discontinuation of therapy. Other side effects are dry skin, itching, phototoxicity, nausea, abdominal pain, anorexia, diarrhea. This clofazimine should be avoided during early pregnancy, liver or kidney damage. Next one is anti-tubercular categories of drug shows the anti-leprotic action, mainly rifampicin. It is a bactericidal and is highly effective in leprosy. Usually this administered as single monthly dose of 600 mg used in combination with dapsone. When this combined with dapsone, this helps to shorten the duration of treatment. If this administered alone, resistance develop. Single dose of 1000 to 500 mg oral rifampicin administration, this skin bacilli levels falls to undetectable level in 5 days. Usual dose is 600 mg per day, but due to high cost, it is used twice weekly by many leprologists. Most of in developing countries is used as a once a month regimen. Main contraindications in case of hepatic or renal dysfunction. Etenamide is another anti-tubercular drug, but this drug is used as an alternative to clofazimine in treatment of leprosy. But this drug shows the adverse reaction like hepatotoxicity, so its use in leprosy is very limited. Next category is antimicrobial agents like fluoroquinolones, ofloxacin, pfloxacin, sporfloxacin. This can be used in alternative regimens when rifampicin cannot be used. And macrolide antibiotics like scleromycin is also effective against M. leprae and is used as an alternative in multi-drug therapy regimen. Ofloxacin, this fluoroquinolone antibiotic, this shows the 99% of bacilli were found to be killed by 22 daily dose of ofloxacin monotherapy, but is not included in standard treatment protocol. This used only as an alternative regimens in case of rifampicin cannot be or to shorten the duration of treatment. Clarithromycin is a macrolide antibiotic. This shows the less bactericidal to M. leprae comparing to rifampicin. And this administered with this 500 mg daily administration, this caused a 99.9% of bacterial killing in 8 weeks. Minocycline is a tetracycline derivative. This also shows the activity against M. leprae. This the bactericidal activity is higher than comparing to clarithromycin. This used in alternative in multi-drug treatment regimen. Recently, thalidomide, this an immunomodulatory agent, is used in erythema nodosum leprosum. That's the complication of leprosy usually occurring in one half of borderline lepromatous and lepromatous leprosy patients. Now we come to the multi-drug therapy. What is a multi-drug therapy for leprosy? Usually in multi-drug therapy, this combining with three drugs RDC, this rifampicin, dapsone and clofazimine. This combination was introduced by WHO in 1981. It can be used all forms of leprosy. WHO 1998 recommended multi-drug therapy for leprosy in all the patients, and this also adopted in India 1999. What are the main advantages of this multi-drug therapy? This multi-drug therapy is effective with primary dapsone resistance case and is helped to prevent the emergency of dapsone resistance, and this combination helpful to reduce the total duration of therapy, and this affords the quick symptom relief. These are the most notable advantages of multi-drug therapy. Okay, multi-drug therapy in multibacillary leprosy. Usually dapsone is administered as 100 mg self-administered, rifampicin 600 mg once a month, clofazimine 300 mg once a month. Total duration of treatment in case of multibacillary leprosy is the 12 months. This is the child dose rifampicin, this is the 10 mg per kilogram once monthly, and clofazimine 1 mg per kilogram daily or 6 mg per kilogram once monthly. Dapsone 2 mg per kilogram daily. The duration of treatment in case of multibacillary leprosy was found to be reduced to 12 months as compared to earlier recommended duration is 24 months based on the similar relapse rate over the period of 3 to 5 years. So this WHO in 1995 reduced the treatment duration 24 to 12 months. Multi-drug therapy in case of paucibacillary leprosy, usually rifampicin 600 mg once a month, dapsone 100 mg, clofazimine 300 mg once a month. So this three drug combination and its duration 6 months for paucibacillary leprosy. Next we discuss about this alternative regimens. This clofazimine plus ofloxacin, minocycline and clarithromycin combination for 6 months. And 4 drug regimens with rifampicin, sparfloxacin, clarithromycin and minocycline daily for 12 weeks. That is a 4 drug regimens. For in case of single lesions paucibacillary leprosy, usually ROM regimens are used, that is rifampicin 600, ofloxacin 400, minocycline 100 mg given as a single dose. This the ROM regimens are mainly suitable for single lesions paucibacillary leprosy. Next we come to the lepra reaction. These lepra reactions are mainly type 1 and type 2. These lepra reactions occurs in lepromatous. It develops 4 to 6 weeks after dapsone treatment. Is called the sulfone syndrome. This usually consists of fever, malaise, lymph node enlargement, jaundice, anemia. So this generally seen in malnourished patients. In type 1 reaction, that is the reversal reaction, this is the delayed hypersensitivity reaction, cutaneous ulceration, multiple nerve involvement. Usually this treatment options with corticosteroids and clofazimine, and in type 1 lepra reaction, this also aspirin, this NSAID is also useful one. In type 2 lepra reaction, this is the erythema nodosum leprosum, is the this mainly existing lesions enlarge, it becomes red, inflamed and painful. Usually this clofazimine, corticosteroids and thalidomide as main treatment option, and this NSAID drugs also useful one. Clofazimine and corticosteroids are effective in both types of lepra reactions. Chloroquine is effective in type 1, thalidomide type 2 reactions. So in both cases, effective one are this corticosteroids and clofazimine. Some of these studies demonstrated that when this prophylaxis with single dose of rifamycin was 57% effective in preventing the leprosy for the first 2 years. Currently, there is no single commercial vaccine that is available. Only this BCG vaccine helped to provide the protection against leprosy in certain population. This is some bactericidal activity of fluoroquinolones categories. This bifloxacin, ofloxacin. Most of these fluoroquinolones shows the killing activity against M. leprae 99% to 99%. And comparative studies of bactericidal activity of various anti-leprosy drugs, mainly fluoroquinolones, macrolide, tetracycline and rifampicin derivative. From this fluoroquinolone category, clarithromycin shows the more bactericidal activity against leprosy, M. leprae, and this rifampicin derivative like rifampicin is also shows the bactericidal activity. Next we come to the what's the need of newer drugs. This is the problems of drug resistance is the main reason, and the resistance to components of the present multi-drug therapy has been reported since the 1916s, and the dapsone resistance is reported in 1964 and rifampicin in 1976, clofazimine in 1982. So is a need for the newer drugs. Mostly some of these drugs are developed this ansamycin, rifabutine, rifapentine, rifampicin derivatives, dihydrofolate reductase inhibitors, fusidic acids, beta-lactam antibiotics. These are some identified one. Mainly these rifampicin derivatives like this rifabutine, rifapentine and their derivatives are most bactericidal at lesser dose and is effective against rifampicin resistant strains. So all these derivatives shows the better activity, or this the cidal activity, and it shows the synergistic activity with fluoroquinolone antibiotics also. So these drugs are potential implemented for multi-drug therapy. Recently this rifampicin as shows the high antileprotic activity given as a single dose of 100 mg per kilogram in mice. This showed the 20 times more killing power comparing to the single dose of 10 mg per kilogram of rifampicin. The fusidic acid, this also shows some newer study shows that this activity is equal or better than the rifampicin, minocycline and ofloxacin. Okay, this fusidic acid, this administered as cream, this topical application, this a nostril after flushing the nostril with normal saline twice a day for a period of 4 weeks is helpful in case of lepromatous leprosy patients. Okay, now we discussed about the all antileprotic categories and multi-drug therapy. So in multi-drug therapy with dapsone, rifampicin and clofazimine is the treatment options for all forms of leprosy. What's the drug of choice for type 1, type 2 reactions? There's the mostly corticosteroids are and clofazimines are effective for the both lepra reaction. From these options, there's the prednisone is the drug of choice for type 1 and type 2 reactions. Currently, under the MAS program, WHO and National Leprosy Eradication Program, the duration of multi-drug therapy for multibacillary leprosy is 1 year fixed duration for all cases. Okay, thank you.